thank you so much for tuning in to the Awakening with Katina Love and segment on Inspiration Sunday. I'm Katina Love, your host and producer of this talk show. The Awakening with Katina Love is a go-to resource for self-help, healing, and spiritual growth. I can be reached at love@Katina, Katina, love.com, or you can reach out to me on Facebook. Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Awakening with Katina Love. We have over 80 shows for your convenience. You can download at any time. Our special guest today is Suzanne Young. She's the author of Stepping into the Life of Joy, she's an inspirational public speaker, and a life coach for women specializing in spirituality and law of attraction, which is one of my favorite subjects.
And mine,
Suzanne,
too.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much for being a guest today. How's it going?
Oh, it's fantastic, and it's my pleasure to be your guest. I'm excited. Of course, the law of attraction brought us together, so this is my favorite topic, and I'm excited to be here.
Wonderful, wonderful. So we're going to talk today about law of attraction and relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to start out by asking, what is law of attraction?
Well, law of attraction is a natural law occurring in the universe. It's absolutely been here since time began and will continue on forever. And it's just as natural as the law of gravity. But most people aren't aware of it or understand it because it really wasn't taught in any school system like the law of gravity is. But it simply involves energy in the world, and it involves energy that we can't see, frequencies. And it simply states that like frequency or identical frequency vibrating at the same speed or rate always come together. It's drawn together. So it's just like attracts like. And then what happens is the rest of your life is affected by this, but most people don't know it.
Right, absolutely. So what started you on this path to teach about the law of attraction, to teach about relationships and help people to improve their relationships? What led you to that path?
Well, I, of course, didn't get introduced to the law of attraction until I'd gone through a lot of life, actually stumbling through it with thinking that life was about good luck or bad luck or pot luck. And the area that I was struggling with, honestly, my whole life was relationships. That's why this is my favorite subject to talk about, because I didn't understand why I had been married twice by the time I finally got introduced to it. And both marriages were long. I'm not a quitter. I just wanted to always make sure I could do the best in any relationship. But both husbands ended up becoming verbally abusive, alcoholic men, all of which they didn't start out that way, but they both ended up that way. And so by the time the second marriage fell apart, that's when I really began to wonder, what is life all about? What do I need to learn? What am I missing here? What do I need to learn about me? Because I knew I never wanted to repeat another bad relationship, another unhappy relationship. It's just nobody wants to be hurt once, let alone twice. So that's the start of my search.
Wow. That's amazing.
And and lucky for me, most of my entire life, I must have been born with this innate question going on, like, what is life all about? Why are some people happy? Some of them aren't. Why are some people grow up in wonderful families and other ones, they're dysfunctional? What makes some people healthy and otherwise? It was just always questioning. So I began reading really at a young age, trying to figure out all these whys I had going on. And really the bottom line is why. What makes people happy was my biggest question. And so I read a lot all my life, how to be a good mom, good wife, and also be a good leader in a business.
Absolutely. So how did you attract your ideal relationship? Because you have a really good guy now.
I definitely do. And what was beautiful when I look back on it now is I did it with the help of law of attraction, although at the time when I was going through it, I had not put all the pieces together. In fact, what I love when I finally got introduced to law of attraction, what I loved learning was, to me, this was the missing ingredient to success in relationships. I thought I knew how to be successful, and I did actually in the business, and also raising my 4 children as a single parent for 4 years, also struggling through 2 relationships I wasn't good in. So I had some areas of my life I felt very successful, but that one missing area, how do you have a great relationship? This is why I love this topic tonight, was missing. So I began reading. When my second marriage fell apart, that particular husband actually had a double life going on. He took part of our retirement money, bought a house behind my back, and had a girlfriend living in it for 9 months. And so when something that huge enters your life, for me, it was a defining moment. It's when I began to start asking, what's going on? What do I need to learn? Please, someone help me. What do I need to learn? And then over the course of time, I just kept being introduced to every spiritual teacher and trainer I needed at the time. Louise Hay was one of my favorites. Wayne Dyer, Power of Intention, was one of my favorites, and also Joel Osteen, who wrote Your Best Life Now. And I always hungry for books. So when I ordered that book, I actually had an awareness that what I was missing in my life was spirituality. I didn't realize there was a huge value in having faith, something that I had never really had to focus on. So when that came into my life, I started having faith of something good is going to happen on the other side of this experience. I couldn't figure out what or how, but as I began to move forward and just keep searching for something that would help me feel better, that was my big journey. How can I get through this? How can I feel better? And every time I would ask the universe, how can I feel better, another gift would show up. Such like I was given an amazing attorney on the second divorce who said the very first thing you need to do is learn how to meditate. Well, that's a beautiful gift. Can you imagine an attorney telling you to meditate? I know.
That's unheard of, right?
It's so unheard of. And instead of any other experience, she sent me right to a meditation class, which in the interim, when I was waiting for the class to start, is when I ran across Joel Osteen on the TV. And I thought, oh, this feels so good. So it was another sign, like, this feels good. So I started watching it. And then I ordered the book because I'm a big reader, and that gave me faith. And then I had this next beautiful thought in my mind after I read the book, like, well, if I ever have another man, I want him to be spiritual. That would really be nice. But it probably won't happen because I hate men.
Because you hate what?
I hate men. At the time I was thinking, how is that ever going to happen? And, when you come through 2 miserable relationships, you kind of say, I'm never going there again. I don't like men at all. I mean, when it's so painful, which mine were. So, but, here's the thing. The way I love how the law of attraction works is when you have a desire, which I clearly had, if I ever have another man, I want him to be spiritual. I want to talk about this. When you have that desire, you put it out in the universe. It's yours. They're ready for you to line up your own alignment, get your own energy ready to receive it. So if you're down hating men like I was, I certainly wasn't ready to receive the gift of my husband, Kevin. But the fun part was I went to the meditation class, and that's where I met Kevin.
Wow.
Yep, and so it was unfolding beautifully, but I certainly didn't know it was going to lead to love and marriage all at the time. Here's a man that is in a meditation class with me, and we became friends.
Wow.
Exactly what I asked
for. He was right there.
Yep.
Wow,
yep.
right in front of you.
Yes.
So how long has it been now?
Well, we have known each other since we met in 2004, and we ended up getting married in 2007. So, well, we've been married 9 years now. Yeah.
Wow, that's wonderful. Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you. And, I owe it all to everything I learned. I really owe it, and I thank the universe for it. For me, having that innate desire to want to feel better, that's what it takes. I want to feel better. I want to be happy again. I don't know how. You can't worry about the how. And I don't know when, but all I know is I really want to feel better. And you begin wanting that, and your dreams and desires can slowly come to you as you keep turning to things that are helping you feel better, like me and the meditation and Joel Osteen and reading and Wayne Dyer and those things that helped lift my energy up.
That's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So what fulfills you the most? Well, let me ask you this question first. How can we, because I'm still single and I'm patiently waiting to get myself in alignment so that I can attract the ideal mate, because there's no settling here. I'm done with that. So for single women who are not in a hurry, what advice can you give to us as we wait on our ideal mate, as we wait to meet them in the grocery store or the meditation class or wherever?
It really, honestly, is my favorite question that when women ask me this, it is my favorite one to help them sort through the way they're thinking about things, because most of us when we come to relationships, we know what we don't want because we've already been through that, right? And it's real clear. Everybody knows what they don't want when it comes to, I'm done with it now, how can I ever have my ideal partner show up? Most of us spend a lot of subconscious thoughts on, I know what I don't want, and that is a negative, lower frequency energy that will not allow you to attract the cooperative components, I call them. Some people call them coincidences. But when you want something, it feels really good. So none of us ever have a desire or set a goal that feels bad. When we know what we want, I would just can't wait, not even can't wait. It sure would feel good to attract an ideal partner. Can't wait is needy. But the key, I think the key when I help women attract, what they do want instead of what they don't, is I remind them how the law of attraction really works. And simply stated, when you're in a good feeling place, you're emitting an energy that's identical to the good feeling dream, goal, or desire. It's all high frequency. You don't have to even know it's high frequency. All you have to be aware of, this feels good. When you're feeling bad, or you're looking at what you don't want, or you're thinking about, I don't ever want to repeat that again, that's not a good feeling. So that feels bad. And anytime you're thinking thoughts, and the thoughts, by the way, are always producing your emotions, so your emotions are always guiding you. So when you're thinking and feeling thoughts that make you feel bad, you're emitting a low frequency, and therefore the law of attraction always lines up identical frequency. And so what it's going to do is certainly just bring you more things of what you don't want, including men that you don't want. For instance, I was coaching a woman who had been through a very difficult, miserable divorce, as most of them are, and then she went to online dating. And over the course of time, she was getting really sick of it. She said, Suzanne, they're just, they're not who they say they are on the dating sites. They give a different, and so I'm sick of it. And I said, well, understandable. I wouldn't want to experience that either. So why don't you tell me what you do want? And then she began to explain, here's what I do want. And by habit, she started saying, well, I know I don't want someone who's a liar. And I said, wait a minute. What do I want? And so then, as I continued to ask her, let's hear what you do want, she started having a little more clarity. So I made the suggestion to her, here's an idea. Why don't you take a day and then call me back and take a piece of paper and write down every experience, the feeling you want to be in when it's going to be ideal for you, the feeling place of that relationship. How would it feel? Oh, he's going to open the door for me. Every time we go in and out of the car, he's going to just, rub my feet when they're hurting after a long day in high heels. All the things that would feel really good to you. Don't worry about what he's going to look like, what kind of job he's going to have, or any of that. I mean, you can go there if you want, but you start really in the beginning of attracting your ideal mate. You want to start with, what does an ideal relationship feel like to me? And then you write that all down. It feels warm, secure. It feels loving. It feels whatever it is.
You get easy.
Yeah, you get to put the words in. Now, as you get in a roll on that, the key about law of attraction is the longer you focus on any thought that gives you an emotion, the stronger the momentum is, and the stronger it pulls back to you more ideas in that same emotion. So as you start your list of feelings you want to have in a relationship, you start it, momentum will kick in. It'll give you some more great ideas. You can have a beautiful long list. Well, this lady did this, and she called me back the next day, and she said, Suzanne, I got it going. I said, let me hear. So she read. She filled up the front and back of a lined piece of paper of everything she knew would feel good in a relationship.
And I said, cool, now you've got that dream out in the universe. Now you know clearly what you want, how it feels, and now I want you to put that away. And next thing I want you to do is every feeling you had in that relationship, I want you to begin working on your own self and treat yourself and have that same feeling within yourself. If you want, you know, if having fun, going to the movies would feel good with, take yourself to the movies or get a girlfriend.
Yeah, treat yourself, right?
Exactly. When you start giving that love and respect and everything to yourself first, wow, does your little self say thank you? And you know what? I know in society we're kind of trained to give, and then everybody's going to be happy. But until you give to yourself first, it cannot come back to you. You can give it out, but that's one-way energy. It's lopsided. It just comes to a halt. You want to circle. You want to flow. So give it to yourself so you can flow it out. Give it to yourself. And that's something that many women, including myself, went through, where I gave to everybody else, made sure everybody else was happy, and I forgot to give to myself. And my journey then really was beginning to learn how to love and respect and honor the truth of everything that felt good to me. And when I did that, through the course of the divorce and just becoming friends with Kevin over the next 2 years, as I truly just gave myself everything that was just so powerfully loving, we ended up coming together closer and closer and falling in love. And I was ready to receive his love because I was first giving it to me.
Giving it to yourself first. That attracted it. Wow, that is amazing. That's an amazing story. Thank you so much for sharing it.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for having me share it with everyone, because it's something I love, and if there's no better feeling to me than to help people learn how to step into their own life of joy, to never settle for less, to know that you can have it all. But it does require you to have the awareness that the way I've been thinking isn't serving me, because, see, it's just thoughts that are putting out the energy that becomes attractive and brings you back. It's like a reflection. Like whatever you're thinking, it's like looking in the mirror. If you look in the mirror and you expect it to smile back at you while you're frowning, it's just never going to work. So when you think about how to use your thoughts effectively to have that change in your life, you want to embrace the opportunity to find new ways of thinking. And sometimes it's not easy because they're habits, but it can be done. And that's where I love coaching women, helping them learn the power of their thoughts and their emotions, and helping them in their own mind find words that feel better. I don't like to tell people how to think. I like to ask the questions until they turn it around and say, oh, yeah, that feels better. And now they're on their way because it came from their mind, not from mine. And one of my favorite things is you cannot have a happy ending in your life to an unhappy journey. In other words, if you're living a miserable life like I was, don't expect a happy ending to show up, because they're two different frequencies, and the law of attraction always works on the frequency you're emitting into the universe.
Absolutely. That is amazing. So your girlfriend, did she ever find the guy?
She did. That was an amazing story. So what happened was she went on that whole summer. I remember coaching her in winter, right around here, Valentine's Day. She was once again lonely, like many of us are, and just saying, what's it all about, you know? And so she wrote that list. She told me all about it. I said, good, put it away. Now what are you going to do to help yourself feel that way in different areas? She actually changed jobs. She ended up going out with her girlfriends more often and did many things that just were all about her. And 10 months went by, and we got down to November of that year, and she said, Suzanne, you're not going to believe this. And I said, what? And she said, actually, she called me a few months later to share this after this had happened. I walked by the computer. It was blinking at me or winking at me. I'd never been an online kid, but that meant someone's calling you. And she never was even going there for months and months and months, didn't even bother, but something drew her to the computer. She opened it up. She looked at the guy. He looked attractive. He sounded a man of integrity. She wasn't sure. She said it felt right. I met him for coffee. That was in November. They continued just for coffee in December. She left for Hawaii for January, February, came back. They caught up with each other. And everything was amazing because they just ended up dating. It felt right. They fell in love. And when he asked her to marry him, she said, I know. She said, one day, Suzanne, I was cleaning out my wallet. I had put that list in my wallet, folded it up tight, and when I pulled it out, he had every quality that I had written on that list. And I get chills when I share it, but it's the truth. She's one of my best friends now, and she had been a friend from high school. So this is why I know how powerful the law of attraction is, because when you let yourself be in the feeling place of what you want, you don't have to have a vision board, you don't have to have a goal sheet. Get into the feeling place of what you want, and you just live that, the law of attraction and the universe, and you can say God's source energy will bring you the cooperative components or the little rendezvous that lead you to the end result, which is whatever your desire was. And when you feel good, you receive it.
I love that. I love it. I just love hearing stories like that.
I know,
good stories.
Yeah,
definitely. That is awesome.
Yeah,
that is so great. I love that idea of making the list of the qualities that you want in the partner.
And how it's going to feel.
How it's going to feel. That's so important, isn't it?
It is. It's really, really important. People don't have to know all the ins and outs and ups and downs of law of attraction, the frequencies and all that. I do because I was curious, and my husband is even more curious. He's a very strategic and analytical thinking type of person. So when we started studying it together, it was something that we just both wanted clarity on. How does it really work? Got into quantum physics and understood, but do you have to know all that? No, you can just go by your feelings. Your emotions are your most important thing to pay attention to. They're your guide. They are helping you understand what kind of energy you're putting out in the universe. And again, if it's feeling good, you're on the right track. If it's feeling bad, you're moving in the wrong direction. There's no right or wrong, really. You're just moving in the opposite direction of where you want to be. It's just all experience. And sometimes we need that contrast or that thing that didn't feel good. Sometimes we'll make that decision because we want more clarity. I love when I have something that doesn't feel good because I remind myself, another clarifying moment. All is well, and then I get focused on what I do want again because I got sidetracked. None of us are perfect. I can get sidetracked myself.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
I love it because you're just a pro at this.
Well, for some beautiful reason, obviously I was meant to go through everything I did, which really is another thing. I just love what I've learned. Like, I came to totally appreciate everything that I went through. And when I began to look back in hindsight, understanding now how it all worked, that's when I was so inspired to write my book, Stepping into a Life of Joy, because I realized as I began my story in my book, I just talk about all the little things that happened in my life from the time I was a child, really, up through the time that I had my big defining moment of why I attracted that. How did I attract this? How did I attract that? And then at the time when I now know what I know, I became accountable for what I was thinking. And my whole book is about helping people understand. It's almost like a law of attraction primer, but then I put law of attraction principles in there so they'll understand as I go through my life, this is why this happened. Everything's okay. This is where I was at. This is what I was thinking. All is well. Let's go to the next one. And it's a pretty uplifting story I've heard from my friends and strangers who've gone ahead and given me a rating on Amazon. So.
Oh, wonderful! So that's where your book can be found. Is on Amazon.
Yes, it's just right now in Kindle format. We are just getting it ready. Probably another month before it'll be out in paperback, and then we'll actually update and do a new revision of the Kindle because put that out in November. But I've had lots of wonderful help from people saying, giving me ideas on how to make it even more powerful just from editing and all that stuff, all a journey. I've never written a book before, so it's just so much fun. It's fun to get the message out, which is truly what I had in my heart. Yeah.
It sounds like a really good book. So what's the name of it again?
Stepping into a Life of Joy. So it can easily be found on Amazon. Just put Amazon Kindle book, Stepping into a Life of Joy, and it'll come up. It's the only one with that title.
Awesome. So great. So if someone wants to work with you as a coach, to hire as a coach to help them attract their ideal mate or law of attraction or whatever it is they want to improve in their
whatever
life.
they want.
Yeah, how do they reach out to you?
Well, they can certainly email me, and my email is Suzanne, SUZANNE, at P like in Paul, S
like in Sam, programs with an S on the end.com. Suzanne at psprograms.com. And they can also go to our website. Kevin and I have a website, of course, for our company. And our company is called Personal Success Program. So we're co-owners, and we both teach and train and coach with the Law of Attraction as a foundation. And we offer workshops and all kinds of supporting help throughout whatever your journey is. And that is, they can go to our website, which is psprograms.com or personalsuccessprograms.com.
Okay, awesome. Any last thoughts? Anything else you wanted to share before we close out the show?
Well, as we're just ending the Valentine season, everybody has different thoughts on how they want to experience Valentine. I would say be your own best Valentine. Give yourself some flowers. Take yourself somewhere. And treat yourself with all the love that you'll eventually want to attract if it's not there. And then your life will be wonderful. It'll begin with that step, just loving yourself unconditionally, deeply, without any judgment, and be there for yourself. Because, we'll all be there for our best friend, but let's start being there for us.
Yes, absolutely. I totally agree. Yes, and I did do all that for Valentine's Day. I just loved on myself, took care of myself, did my own pedicure and all that. I just loved on me, and it feels so good.
Well, and you've got the perfect last name. I mean, Katina Love.
Oh, thank you.
You already got that down, so you are ready to receive, girl.
Yes, I am ready. I am so ready.
Yes.
We could talk forever. We're going to do another show.
I think so.
Another week or so.
Okay. Sounds perfect.
Well, thank you. Yes, thank you so much.
It's been a joy. I love it. Yes.
Yes, I had a lot of fun.
All right, me too.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in to The Awakening with Katina Love. Namaste.